Okay, in this video, we're going to convert standard form to a vertex form for quadratic equations. These are the steps to help you a little bit. It's not complete, but to help you a little bit with the conversion. Let's try converting y equals x squared plus 16x minus 30. Or plus 30. To start the conversion, we need to label our ABCs. So, A is 1, B is 16, C is 30. Step 2. We need to use inverse operations to move C to the left side of the equation, or to the other side of the equation. So, if that's a plus, then the inverse will be negative 30 or minus 30. Minus 30. So we should get y minus 30 equals x squared plus 16x. So until you learn your perfect squares, you need to list the perfect squares 1 through 12 on the side, so it will help you figure out how to complete the square. Then, number 4, find the perfect square where the base is half of b. So, you need to figure out how much is my b? 16. Half of 16 is 8. So, I'm going to use 8. So, my perfect square is a 64. So, this is my perfect square. 64. So, I'm going to add the perfect square to both sides of my equation. So, plus 64 plus 64. So, let's simplify. Negative 30 plus 64 is 34 equals x squared plus 16x plus 64. Now, we need to square the x squared, square root it, and we need to square root the 64. So we should get x plus, we know it's already 8, because that's why listing the perfect square helps. You know it's 8. And then all of them squared. And this on this side, nothing changed. Now, last step is we're going to use the inverse operations to keep y standing by itself. So, plus 34 is going to be negative or minus 34 on both sides. So, y equals x plus 8 all squared minus 34. This is your h. This is your k. And a is just a 1 that we don't need to write it down. And that should be your vertex form. Okay, let's look at another example and try to convert it to the vertex form using the steps. So first, you need to label your ABCs in the standard form. So here, you have no A, that means A is a 1. Here you have B, C is the constant, because this is f of x or this is y equals. Then, step number 2 says, move C, the constant, to the other side using inverse operations, plus or minus. So since this is a plus 32, inverse operations will be minus 32. So I'll subtract 32 from both sides of the equation. So I'll get y minus 32 equals x squared plus 12x. Step 3 says list perfect squares 1 through 12. I need everybody to be able to list them on your quizzes and tests until I feel like you're perfect at it and you can do it from your head, then I will let you. Some people are not. It's easier to list them so you can see them better. So, you need to find the perfect square where the base is half of b. So I'm going to go find my b. b is 12. Okay? Half of 12 is a 6. So I'm going to look at my table and look for 6. Oh, here is 6. So if this is 6, then I'm going to use the perfect square of a 36. Then I'm going to add it to both sides of the equation. So add 36, add 36. Then simplify if needed. So to simplify this, simply 36 minus 32 is a 4 equals x squared plus 12x plus 36. Now we're used to completing the square. So this is how you need the right side to look like. You have x squared, you have a perfect square. So when you apply the rule, you need to find the square root of the first number, which is x. You need to find the square root of the second number, which is 6, and we already know this because we used it. So plus 6 squared. So square root of the first number, square root of the second number, they all squared. And then y plus 4 stays the same. Now, you need y to be left on its own. So I use inverse operation. In this case, I'm subtracting 4 from both sides. So y equals x plus 6 all squared minus 4. Here's your h, here's your k, and this should be your vertex form.